Hello, guys. Hi. Welcome to day 4. Let's go a little bit of music today. So, what is on your playlist currently? And how are you going? So, as you may know, we're doing a series, a 10-day course, and it's all about fear. F.E.A.R. So what does it mean? What does fear mean? You may have heard that it's false evidence appearing real. What does that even mean? Think about fear for a moment. Think about what fear does. Fear has an energy, and there's nothing wrong with fear. There's nothing wrong with being afraid. But it's all about how we deal with that fear. So, do we freak out when we have this fear come along? Do we lose our shit and freak out, or do we digest it and stay calm and make rational decisions? And the area where I see this more than any other area is in how people communicate to each other. And I'm not just talking about how people reply. I'm talking about what people say to each other. And what I've noticed is I'm here on Koh Phangan. It's a beautiful island in Thailand, in the Gulf of Thailand. And, we're so blessed to be here at this time. Sure, it's warm and, you saw there's a bit of a fly and stuff. But really, we are so blessed to be here. And, I'm in a group which is called the Koh Phangan Conscious Community. And it's so interesting because a lot of what's being shared on there's some beautiful connections. I just met someone really cool earlier. But, a lot of what I see happening is people telling other people what to do. You see what I mean? People saying, do this or do that. Other people saying like, you're all asleep, you need to wake up to, and then insert here, your favorite conspiracy theory or your favorite piece of governmental advice. And, what I see is that it's the same. It's the same energy. Whenever someone's telling someone else what to do in that way, I wonder about that. And I actually feel that it's really our responsibility to be robust and healthy. Make no mistake, right now we are facing a huge initiation. This is a global initiation. Now, I don't know what the result of this initiation is. I don't know where it's going. I don't know how we're all going to be a year from now, 5 years from now. Sure, some things are going to be different. Some things will be better. Some things will be worse. So, we don't know what's going to happen. But this is a time of great change. And that energy is, what is an initiation? Well, it's a process that we can go through to become stronger. And, make no mistake, this is a spiritual initiation. Now, whether you're into spirituality or not, I'm not talking about rainbows farting out unicorns and let's all meditate and all be one and love and light and crystals, and nothing wrong with any of those things. But, I heard from a friend today whose school here is closing down. He said it's very interesting, very interesting to notice how you get to really see who the people are that you are traveling with and how do they respond under a bit of pressure. And she shared with me that some of the people that she expected would be very spiritual because they're very much into love and light. When the shit hits the fan, maybe some of them turned out to be a bit spineless, and selfish and not thinking about the common good. It's all good and well to be love and light and we're all one until shit goes down. And now shit has gone down. Shit is going down right now. So, you know, some people are lost in fear, and there's no hope. They're lost in fear, and they will remain lost in fear. And their desire to fit in with other people who are also terrified is way stronger than any presence they have. There are also people who are very calm, who are present, and who are going about their life in whatever way they see fit, very calmly. But I'm talking to a middle group of people, and I am not 100% clear and calm and present all the time. I'm not going to bullshit you. However, I am committed to coming back to love, coming back to calmness, coming back to rational, honest presence and communication that is clear. That's my commitment. And so if you're watching this, I guess you're watching it because you're open to doing some kind of alchemy, some kind of transformational work with any fear. I'm not judging anyone who is afraid, you know? Hit me with your number. What's your number out of 10? Are you on I'm on a 2 out of 10. I can feel it, but you know, I'm not panicked right now. So what number are you on? Are you like an 8 out of 10 for fear? And let's start taking some fucking responsibility for ourselves. Sorry, not sorry for swearing. That's just how I'm rolling right now. But let's take responsibility. You know, if you had a high fever and you were coughing and spluttering and had a dry cough, you wouldn't go out and be hanging out with your buddies and, you know, mingling with tens of people. So if you're feeling a bit of fear, maybe now isn't the best time to go posting loads of stuff and forwarding things and sharing loads of information. Come back to your center first, you know? Is it really appropriate to freak the fuck out? Now, why is fear false evidence appearing real? Well, it's false because it's rarely necessary to freak the fuck out. Now, if you're about to get attacked by a shark, or someone is about to do something to you that you really do not want them to do, maybe it's appropriate to have your adrenaline right up and be in a state of fear. Or if you've got to deal with a situation and stand your ground. Or if, you know, if someone's coughing and spluttering and you need to say to them, you, go over there, don't cough and splutter on me, you know? Fair enough. But, you know, when you're trying to deal with organising flights and figuring out how you're going to put food on the table, or, you know, you've got loved ones who are suffering from isolation, or, you know, you've got an 80-year-old grandma that you can't go and visit and she's in her last days and you can't go and visit, or her because of restrictions, or, you know, like these two blokes I heard about that took their lives in Australia because they lost their jobs and felt they had nothing left to live for and suicided, you know? So this is a complex situation, you know? And just yelling at people saying, stay at home, you know, it's I understand where it's coming from, but I don't know how helpful it is, you know? This is a real scenario going down here. And this is calling out the best within us. So what else could fear stand for? What else could F.E.A.R. stand for? So, you know, I've been having a bit of fun with my friend Lorna online, and she said, fuck everything and run, you know? So she's teasing. But that is, you know, whether it's people checking out and taking their own lives, or whether it's people like, you know, fight everything and resist. You know, it's like the evil alien overlord lizard people are trying to fuck us over, or just listen to what the government, you know, whatever these messages are out of fear. I don't know how helpful they are, you know. Peter's just shared with me here, fantasied events appearing real. You know, whatever is going on, it's exactly right. The fantasy that we create in our own heads about real and clear and present danger can be bigger than the actual risk itself. So the fear virus is real. You know, if you look at the number of deaths due to maybe a virus, could well be, but then you look at the reaction and you look at the destruction that's going down, through people's fear, this is for real, you know? So I just want to say a quick couple of hellos. Hi, Lena. Hey, Roger. Maria, Ian, and Peter. It's really good to hear from people I haven't heard from for a while. So, what else could fear stand for? Well, what about if it was face everything and rise? Not like rise up like in a cheesy way, but fucking rise up, stand up with a straight backbone and do what needs to be done. Now, whatever you are, whatever situation you're in, whoever you are, that's going to be different. But it's not a time to collapse in fear. This is a time to stand up. And I must be honest with you, it's taken me a while. It's taken me a few weeks to, my energy comes and goes. Right now I'm fired up. But, yesterday I was really flat. But, it takes us time to ground into this, And if you know about chakras, you know that there are 7 chakras in the chakra model, and the heart is one of them, and it's about being open and being able to give and receive love. But what about the throat? What about communication? One of the surest telltale signs that I can see that people have been infected by the fear virus, even if they don't know it, is the way they communicate. So, I believe that our communication should be honest, clear, and kind. And sometimes, things get misunderstood very easily. But then we can sort that out. No one's perfect. We're communicating. Either we're a bit charged or other people might be a bit charged and a bit fearful. So, I've seen people fighting each other, like swearing and yelling at each other, who actually have the same opinion, but they thought there was a misunderstanding between them, right? So, we all have the same opinion. We all care about other human beings. We all want to do what we feel is the best thing to do, right? So I'm not going to go on and on about that. But there is a possibility here to do some deep inner work. Now, I'm sharing one tip each day. I've shared 4 so far, or 3, or however many. Anyway, the one I want to share with you can go back and watch those videos. If you can't find them, just message me. There are some real practices that you can do. Who's been washing their hands? Who's been washing their hands? Who's been wearing a mask? Who's been staying at home? Who's been doing these things? I'm sure a lot of people have been doing these things because they care. Well, who's been taking care of their fear levels? Who's been getting honest with themselves and with other people? Who's been saying, hey, let's not talk right now because I'm feeling really terrified. And, if someone's freaking out and they want to talk to me and get calmer, that's cool. But if they just want to infect me with that fear, I'm not into it. If they just want to complain and mouth off, no way, Jose, not for me. Are you willing to feel what's going on in your body? Is it just fear in your mind? Or is it a real clear and present danger? Or maybe there's something in your body. I have a lot of tension in my body, What if it could be feel everything and relax? What if we could feel our own fear and then communicate with other people? Not pass it on. Don't be a spreader. Don't be contagious. And watch your communication. I'm not saying there aren't hard truths to be spoken. Like I'm hitting it pretty hard right here. And, that might be too intense for some people. And, no disrespect. If it's too intense, don't watch it. That's fine. Go watch something else or meditate or do whatever you need to do for you. Or if you can do some exercise, do that. And I'm not saying that kindness is always nice and always agrees. Sometimes kindness is saying no. If you've got kids, you know that your kids need to have some boundaries. It's not just saying, oh yeah, you can do whatever you like. But let's be kind. Let's be kind to each other. And if someone's not being kind, maybe it's a case to say to them, hey, are you infected by the fear virus? Are you feeling this fear virus? Are you contagious right now? Right now I feel pretty inoculated. Right now I feel pretty immune to fear virus. But if I'm feeling a bit low, a bit flat, a bit vulnerable, a bit open, I'm not going to go and hang out with people that are coughing and sneezing their fear all over everybody else. I'm glad you like it, Lena. Great to see you. Beautiful to see you. So that's pretty much all that I have to say. If you have another meaning of what fear stands for, I think we covered a few options. So yeah, just remember, is there a clear and present danger? Maybe my response is disproportionate. Maybe people are swearing at each other because they just like to blow off steam. Maybe it seems to be more men that do that kind of thing than women don't seem to swear at each other. But, let's not take it too seriously. But at the same time, there's work to be done here. Yeah. And if you're hearing this, if you're feeling me, and if you're catching this message, I'm calling on you to do your work. Whatever your work is, whether it's dealing with your own fears, or whether it's being a first responder and being available to support other people. If you aren't already in my sequence of tagging people in and you want me to tag you into future stuff, just message me and I will keep you in the loop. These videos going out here and on YouTube, and you can discuss, you can share. I hope other people share what they're doing to deal with fear virus, But that's just me. And I'm very blessed that we still have some freedom here on the island. And my friend Danny has been amazing, providing a safe environment for us to be able to enjoy kite surfing without any risk to each other or other people. So I'm hoping that there's still a little bit of wind and I can get out and go kite surfing. So I'm sending love. I hope that's clear. If you have any questions about what I'm really saying and it feels, if you feel upset or triggered by any of this, please just let me know. I care about you, and I love you, and I'm really calling on you to take really good care of yourself. And please know, this fear virus is real. This fear is a real thing. And, it really has, imagine what must happen to someone that they take their own life because they've lost their job, This is tough times, tough times. I am not making light of any suffering, but I am calling for rational action. I'm calling for intelligent action. I'm calling for us all to stand in our power as lovers and magicians and warriors and kings and queens in our sovereignty to do the right thing. Some days I wake up and I'm like, fuck, I can't believe that this is happening. But it is happening, apparently so. So I'm watching, I'm paying attention. I'm watching and seeing who's freaking out, what people are sharing. What are you sharing? How are you feeling? I've said enough. You get what I'm saying. Do what needs to be done. And a little clue is that it is on the inner level. This is where the work needs to be done. I will be sharing a load more stuff. Really great to see some people I have not seen for a while. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Lena. Yes, I'll tag you in. Big love. See you guys soon. Ciao. Hey, Jessica, love. Yeah, thanks for catching my message. I'm really glad to know. I've had messages from people saying, my fear was at a 7 and then I started to do some of these things and I got my fear level down to a 2. And we just need to bring some presence to it, and beware. I'm going to say, beware when there are questions you cannot ask. The rational mind does not fear questions, It's only fear that can fear questions. And turn off. If it's not good for you, switch it off. If you're able to, just switch it off what's not good for you. Don't stop scrolling and Googling it all in. Just fuck it off if it's not good for you. Oh my goodness, Amanda. How many people are attacking each other, How many people are attacking each other? I don't know if this is maybe it's something we need to do, like in Fight Club, where it seems to be blokes. Maybe we need to hit the shit out of each other. I don't know. Maybe we need to do that. But I am saying this. I am saying that when I see people attacking each other on Facebook, when I see people being aggressive and violent and, it's controlling. Telling other people what to do is controlling, It's controlling. I don't care if you think it's for the benefit of the whole or what. You're trying to control other people. Trust in human beings' intelligence, And when I see people Exactly, it's all fear. When I see people bad-mouthing each other and say, you're a fucking moron because you think this, and you're an idiot because you think it's caused by 5G, or you listen to David Icke, or you're an idiot because you're listening, you're a sheep because you're doing whatever else is doing because you're distancing. No, none of those things are true. Everyone's doing their best with where their consciousness is at and what they believe to be true. Everyone is doing their fucking best. So for me, it's a sign of weakness when someone's attacking someone else and fighting. Like really, like when your grandchildren ask you, or your children ask you, so what did you do during the great COVID epidemic, or the great COVID scam, or the great COVID outbreak, or the whatever it is, the crisis? It's a fucking crisis for real. What did you do during the crisis? What are you going to say to them? Oh yeah, I had 20 arguments with random people on Facebook that I never met before. Really? Seriously? That's what you're going to say? Take time. If you need time to get back in your center, take that time. The more work you've done before this point, the easier this is going to be, But this is a test, and there's a lot of frauds out there. There's a lot of spiritual people who are freaking out, So it's not a time to judge. It's a time to get your own work done. Get it handled. Get that shit handled and be available. And we all like a bit of drama here and there, but you can see what's going on. You can see when someone is afraid. That's when does an animal attack? Animals don't just go out and attack for no reason. Either the animal is really hungry, okay, fair enough, or the animal is afraid, If you've got a scorpion in your shoe and you put your foot in there, it's going to sting you because it feels attacked. If you've got a snake and you back the snake into the corner and the snake is afraid, it's going to attack you. So it's fear that causes this. It's fear that causes people to lose their shit. So I'm hoping that you can look back on this time and say, with pride, with your hand on your heart, I did my best. I used this as an opportunity to learn and grow and connect from a place of love, not a place of fear, with other human beings. And I did my best. And I who knows, what difference can I make? I'm just one person, if 20 people watch this for even like 30 seconds and take a bit of a message away and just feel like their fear went from 6 out of 10 to 5 out of 10, I know I'm doing what I can do, and we can all be here. We can all show up. There's brave medical people maybe right now who are, shout out to people who are on the front lines of dealing with this. There's a lot of people in customer service who are dealing with shitty customers. People trying to find a flight back home who are in a state of fear. Airbnb hosts who have seen their businesses destroyed and they're taking it out on the consultant on the other end of the phone. There are people dealing with this as best they can. So, respect to anyone who's having to deal with this in the front lines in whatever way. But we all have the opportunity to deal with this in the front lines in terms of the fear virus. If someone's freaking out, we can ask and say, hey, are you in fear? I just wondered, why are you I just noticed you responded, it felt a little bit aggressive. Are you upset about this? How are you doing? Are you okay? Maybe it's someone trying to get their family home and they've had 5 different flights cancelled, and they're worried about their kids. We're human beings, we're fucking human beings. So yeah, I am doing really good. I am well and I have everything I need and I'm available. So, if you want to reach out, I'm here. I'm going to get going. Big love.